Jason,
We're here.
welcome, mate. Welcome. It's been a little while in the making, but we got you.
Best to last.
Best to last, yeah. Hopefully not my last show.
Best to middle.
Best to middle, like middle-aged. No. Yeah, so you've got quite an interesting story. We've been friends a long time. Yeah, I don't know how many years, but quite a
13.
few. 13 years.
14,
Lucky
we've known
13.
each other,
Wow.
yeah.
And what I find interesting about your story is that you went to the rooms for a while, right? The rooms of the anonymous fellowships. Is it Cocaine Anonymous?
Yeah.
And you, all those years ago, quite a few years ago, decided to go it your own, which I thought was quite an interesting story, because obviously I've had a lot of people on the show who in recovery and they go to meetings and stuff and they're all into it. But you've done it a different way. I mean, you've got some sobriety now. It's quite a few years, haven't you?
Total sobriety. I don't even like strong cough medicine.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got a couple of friends who do DMT, and they're like, Jay, it's not drugs. And I'm like, but the problem is, one day I'm going to be itching, I haven't got any DMT, and then I'm going to say, do you know what's around?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what, there's a, you know, I don't want to justify it. If I justify it once, it's like doing something bad.
Yeah.
You do something bad, you justified it, because, well, I've already done something bad, I might as well do something else that's bad.
Yeah. Interesting. So was it a scary choice to make, or what was your reason for not kind of going the way that other people tend to do?
The reason, the reason what it was I said this, and a couple of people always said to me, it's a silly thing to say, but when the drink stopped making me happy, it was like one of the worst things that ever happened to me.
Wow.
But when the drink stopped making me happy, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it made me want to stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've had a long history of drinking from a very early age.
Did it start with drink for you?
Yeah, always drink. My dad died in front of me when he was 44 because of alcohol.
Shit.
And so in them days, it was my dad put me on a building site full of mix, and they all drunk. My dad was a raging alcoholic. And even days after my dad died of drink, his friends turned up and said, Jason, we need to celebrate your dad by going out and getting fucking sloshed.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was like acceptable.
Yeah.
My dad terrorised me, so by the time he passed away and I started growing up, my drinking got heavier, partying got heavier, and then it got to the point where I was going out with friends, and as you know, I'm a bit of a lump, and in them days I was a lot bigger.
Flipping hell.
And the problem is, I did karate for a bit and boxing and all that. But the problem was, I'd go out with my friends and I'd be drinking and they'll start a fight. And then next minute, I'm the one who ends up getting it. I'm the one who ends up going to John Street. And then I'll be walking open the pub, and typical thing, or you think you're big, or all this stuff. I'll go for a kebab, and
People giving you lip.
and in the end I said, you know what, and we're only talking about 15, 20 years ago, actually probably 20 years ago, I said, I can't handle this, I'm going to start drinking by myself at home.
Wow. I would have thought it's quite a dangerous place for a drinker or an addict.
It is, but I was just sick and tired. You know what?
So you didn't want all the hassle. You wanted the booze, but not all the hassle of going in town and having a fight and all that shit.
West Street in the 80s and 90s, it was like wall-to-wall police car.
I remember.
And you walk into a kebab shop and there's a fight. You get to the top of the road with the clock tower, there's a fight. You're walking down North Street, there's a fight. And that's before I even got into
Go to the Market Diner, there's a fight.
Market Diner. God, I know
morning.
security at Market Diner. And God, he earned his money there. But I was just sick of it, because it was either, if I lose a fight, I've been hurt. If I win a fight, I end up in John Street.
Yeah.
So in the end, I just got sick and tired of it. And I think my biggest problem started was when I started drinking at home.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
So then...
What did that look like then? Couple of, 5 or 6 pints at home, or?
No, it'd be a crate. I always bought too much. I bought... Yeah.
That's a surprise for an alkie or a
It's
addict.
It's like someone.
We're gonna need more.
You can imagine someone who does cocaine.
Yeah.
They wouldn't just like, "Well, I'm going to party. Here's 2 lines."
Yeah,
there would be like 2 lines, and then there'd be a bowl over there.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I was with my drink. It would be. I didn't even care if it was cold beer. I didn't really care.
So you weren't fussy.
I wasn't
So
fussed.
just fucking give it.
Get drunk.
Yeah.
And
that
so
was the target.
It would be like I put all my cans in the sitting room around me.
Yeah.
The dog would like walk between like that.
Yeah.
It's like an obstacle course. And then someone would turn up and come and sit with me, and they'd go, "Oh," I said, "Do you want a beer?" And I'd be sitting there thinking, "I've got 20.
Yeah. They've had 2.
He's had 2, so that's 18.
When are they going to fuck off?
I have about 2 an hour.
Yeah.
It's 4:00 in the afternoon. So
Oh, so you
so my mind was like, okay,
Not-
you've had 3. Look, I'm going to have to go to
You're
the
taking
shop.
the piss now.
And they'll be like, "Jay, there's fucking beer everywhere." Yeah, but every 2 hours I
Yeah.
had about 2 beers after.
So they
8
didn't
hours.
realise that you-
So they didn't realise I had it planned till
Yeah.
like I'll fall through the
You're
telly
like-
at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, you're like, at the moment, every beer you have is half an hour early. I've got to go to bed.
No, that really was that.
Yeah.
To me, it was like, this is my pleasure for this half an hour.
Yeah.
That's my pleasure for that half an hour.
Yeah.
If I give you 2 beers,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
You're
like-
killing my night.
And I
mate.
knew how much I needed to drink, when I was going to sleep, when I wake up, how
Yeah.
I'm going to feel. It was all planned, and like I said, it would be planned. And God forbid, not God forbid, but someone turn up and, "Oh, come in." Oh,
Yeah, and they're always empty-handed. Have you noticed that?
it's like even if it's like a neighbour, it's like you can't turn around and say, "Oh, have a beer," and it's like, "Oh, actually, hang on, I've only got 18.
I've only got 18 left.
So
Yeah.
that's what it was like. And then several years after that,
Was this just weekends or was it all the time?
it started getting to be where I can handle it 3 or 4 times a week, and then it did become full on.
Wow.
And it's starting getting to the point where I started hallucinating. Where one of our friends, he caught me going to the bank, and I said, "I've lost my card, my bank card." And I was going into the bank, and he was like, "Can you write your signature?" And I wrote the signature, and they said it's wrong. And they said, "Mr. Yates, this is like the 4th time in 2 weeks you've come in here saying you've lost your card."
Fuck.
And I realised it was in my pocket.
Oh, shit.
And I started wandering around, and I bumped into one of our friends, and he said, "Come to a room." And I went. There was some lovely people there. But one of the biggest shocks with the first meeting was he gave me the address, and I went in there, and it was incredible. There was all these women, and I'm sitting there thinking, "This is incredible."
And all
then
friendly.
And then I realised I was in the wrong group. It was some kind of women's refuge, not a women's refuge, but a women's group for talking about domestic violence and stuff like that. It was on the other side of the church.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
So I was starting to hallucinate, and I knew I was going down. And
Even when you weren't drinking, the psychosis was kicking in.
it was
Wow.
getting to the point where it was starting to be scary because what the biggest problem was, like I told you, I used to drink and be happy.
Yeah.
It don't matter if I got into a fight or I ended up with a bird or I ended up at home. At least I was happy.
Yeah.
With the drinking at home, the happiness was fine for some time, but then it ended. And then it'd be like I'd just end up drinking and just crying. It was like it really just started getting to the point where it was like I buy a drink, look forward to that drink, start drinking, and after a couple of beers I'd just be like, I'm really, really miserable.
Yeah.
It wasn't bringing me up. It was
Yeah.
literally, I know they say, "Oh, drinks are depressive," but when you don't like 40 years and then suddenly it just doesn't work anymore, it's like, what the fuck? You know, people
Because you're relying on that, aren't you? That's your...
exactly.
Yeah.
I was, I've gone through a lot in the past, a very, very much abuse, and
Was that as a youngster? Or
as a youngster, the violence was
is this at
from my
home?
dad was beyond belief.
Against you or mum? Or
Me. In some ways, I championed myself a little bit because I was the one who got it. These front teeth knocked out were actually from my dad when I was 13, but I had pins in
Yeah.
So every time I got a hit, I could just pin him back in. He hit me. But he'll be the kind of person where he'll drink and then he'll wake me up with a glass in the face because I argued with him, and he'll like pass out and then come round. And this would be even when he's sober. But I was a big lump. I was this size at school. You know, I was probably bigger at school. So,
Shit.
so when he passed, it was like that fear went, and then I was working on a building, and everyone around me was drinking, like I said. So it's, but like I said, when I went to drink by myself, and then it started making me feel sad, and then I bumped into someone, and they took me to the rooms. Then it's sort of like, I suppose in the end that was like the start of my recovery.
So how did it feel then? So when you went to the rooms and you heard people, I guess they had similar stories, all different stories rather, but they were all at the same place. Their drug or drink had stopped working, I guess.
It was fascinating to see literally like someone who I saw in the street begging, like in there, and then you see like a lawyer, and you saw like a millionaire, and you saw like a prostitute, and you see like a businesswoman, and you just think, this is okay actually. You know, I like this.
Yeah. Wow.
I thought this is quite genuine. This really
Did it feel genuine? Because
what I'm saying is at the first it was like, what? Because don't forget, my mind was still it was shot.
Tweaking. Yeah.
It was at that time. It was like I didn't really want to stop. I just thought it would help me. I thought it would help me with my drinking. I didn't actually think at the time it was because on many times in the rooms I would actually leave. And go and have a drink. I would be sitting in the rooms, and like I said, I don't want to be negative about them, but I'm afraid there are people like me in there. Sometimes they were complete arseholes. And sometimes they would say something to me or we'd argue, and I'll be like, thank you. I'll literally walk out, walk to the off licence and pick up. It was justification. And anyone who's a cokehead, a crackhead, a drunk, needs sort of like you've upset me. Fantastic.
Oh, they just probably, I can imagine just looking for a reason. Oh, I've had a big row. Or,
And I'd be sitting there quiet, and then I'll just get up, walk out, and go to. So, but then I met some nice people there, and we got talking, and I heard certain stories, and a friend of a friend who I knew died. I went to their funeral, and at that funeral was where I met Danielle.
Oh, right. Wow. That was quite a life-changing thing.
Yeah.
Quite an important relationship for you.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
You know? I lost my card. I bumped into someone.
Yeah.
Someone told me to go to a room.
Yeah.
I went to a room. Someone we knew in the room died. And then they basically died. And I went to a funeral. Then I met Danielle. And it's just, as you said, and then it was... I actually met Danielle while I was drinking.
And she wasn't afraid of, knowing your character?
She met me once when I was drunk.
Yeah.
And she said, well, she never actually encountered me, because I think I did try. I did try not to be drunk around her, but she came round my house once, and then she went, and then it was like a week later, I met her again when I was sober, but I was still drinking throughout that time, and then that's when I decided this has to end.
Yeah,
the
drink has to stop.
Yeah, it has to.
That must almost be like losing a friend, because it's your ease, your comfort. If you've been doing something for that long, and it's your security blanket, it's your confidence.
It was everything.
It was your emotional support.
Yeah.
And then you just go, no, actually, I'm going to go cold turkey.
I used to do a hell of a lot of drugs, so I've got no back teeth to prove it. And it would be like I do speed for several months, or cocaine, and I've even been down a rabbit hole of heroin, and I've done it all. And it was always like, it's okay, because I could dump that at any time and just go back to being a drunk.
Yeah.
And many times I've done that. I've done that in Australia. I've done it in Thailand. I've done it in Europe. I've done it in England. It was always, I'm doing this a bit too much. I'm just going to leave that alone and just
Yeah.
and just drink.
Stick with the booze. You're watching The Gratitude Show. Hold up a minute. Hope you're enjoying the show with Big Jason. It was a great interview. Remember to like and subscribe and keep watching, keep following, keep listening. Back to the video.
So yeah, so I done.
It's a weird kind of thinking, isn't it? Because that is perfectly rational for someone in that position. That, you know, someone who's not in that position will go, that's mad. But, you know, to someone who's walking that walk, you say, well, yeah, I'm not doing that. No, I'm going back to my
my
regular.
Yeah, it really. What I tell you what, you're right. It's a bit like you got one true love.
Yeah.
But you
have
every
little
now and then
flings.
you sleep a bit on the side, or you go with this, or you go with that. But and in the end, you end up going back to the woman you love
Because she's always there.
And this is what my drink was. I know it sounds a bit melodramatic to say that, but
It's a good analogy. It's a good analogy. It was your steady.
It was a backup. It was like, do you know what? I'm actually buying a bit too much for I need to go back to I need to go back to my drink, or my teeth were starting to fall out. I need to pack up the amphetamines a bit.
Fuck yeah.
So, and I met Danielle and it was like, do you know what? She's lovely. I do not want this woman to be around me when I'm drunk. Not because I'm violent, not because I'm suddenly aggressive or I start throwing stuff around, but because I'm like 19, 20 stone. And
she's only a little thing,
and
wasn't
she's
she?
dinky.
Yeah.
She is dinky. I could pick her up with one hand.
Yeah.
And she's so sweet and she's so loving and she's been through so much. And the thought of her being around, and she loved me. For some reason, she absolutely loved me. And I was just like the thought of me being around her, falling on her, breaking stuff by accident, crying, talking rubbish. But, you know, she didn't deserve that.
Did she ever put pressure on you to stop?
No.
Wow.
No, because like I said, she encountered me drunk.
Yeah.
And then she went back to her place.
Yeah, right.
And then...
So you managed to keep under wraps for a little while. Yeah. The true extent of it.
The joke is this funeral
Yeah.
that I went to, oh my God, I love this woman. And I said to my other friends, because I was that ill, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And they said it's fancy dress. And I was like, no.
Fancy dress?
I don't, yeah.
Funeral?
So, yeah. Yeah, he wanted everyone in fancy dress. I went as some kind of sailor in a dress kind of thing. And she went as Mrs. The woman out of like Father Ted, and there was other people there dressed up as the devil and all these weird costumes and that. And I sat next to Danielle on the coach to Bristol.
Yeah. I was in Bristol.
Yeah.
Flipping hell. Wow.
So we went there, and if I'd have sat two behind, or I didn't bother to go, but I was thinking if I break my leg or I could fake it, but I thought no, I can't do that to a friend.
Yeah.
But my God, I just didn't want to leave the house.
Is that because you didn't want to be away from the drink, the access to booze?
I just felt ill.
Yeah,
I just felt I started becoming quite. Everyone hates me, or I'm really depressed, or I was just. You know, when you get into that, like you wake up, you drink, you scurry to the shop, you get some food, and then you scurry back and turn the lights.
Wow.
And I just didn't want to leave the house, really. And so being forced to leave the house to go to this funeral, and I met Danielle, and it was like, it was almost like that was the final part. I wanted to stop drinking, but it was like, well, there's no one else in my life apart from my dog. And then as soon as Danielle come along, and I was with her for a couple of weeks, I just said to myself, that's it, I've got to do it.
She was almost your high power strength
Yeah.
that I hear about.
Yeah, it was literally, I know it sounds, again, it sounds silly, but it was literally that moment of clarity.
Yeah.
It was literally that it's got to be done. It just
time.
has to be done.
It's time.
And it's not like the jokes. I went for help, and they said, "Oh, by the way, don't stop drinking." You know, you go to a pair of, you know, an alcohol advisement team. The first thing they tell you when you leave their building is go and have a drink. You know,
Do they?
yeah, because they you can't just stop.
Can you not?
No, you got to
Taper down.
taper it down.
Jeez.
If you was to suddenly stop, you can become extremely ill.
Wow, I didn't
But
realise that.
I did. and I managed it.
Cold turkey. You just
Cold turkey, yeah.
flip.
But the thing is, the depression was down,
Yeah.
and then it was like Danielle was in my life, so it was like, yeah, I'm back up, and it was like, good. I go to the rooms, and then I'll scurry back home, and in the end, it was. I just said, you know what, I got to do this.
Yeah.
I just thought the rooms, they, I know they help. I know they help people because they help good friends of mine, and they help family. But it just wasn't for me.
Wasn't your thing.
I tried it.
Yeah. Did you put a routine together when you decided to go it alone without the support of the fellowship rooms and all that? Did you have a schedule? You get up and pray, or to go for long walks, or how did you handle that? It must have been quite a task.
I tried the praying, but I just can't. I just can't suddenly grab hold of a God. I can't do that. I tried. I thought about taking up a hobby, but the trouble is when your brain is that scatty, the last thing on your mind is I'm going to take up Scalextrics or take up running or something. You know, it's so in the end it was. I was lucky because Danielle wanted to be with me a lot.
Yeah, it was worth stopping for.
It was, but also the thing with relationship is sex, and it's like bloody hell. This is nicer than sitting around drinking and crying by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I know it sounds really blatantly bloody obvious, but it was. I got someone who wants to lay next to me, someone who's given me physical attention, someone enjoys having sex with me, and then like literally 2 weeks ago, I was literally crying to the dog. Telling the dog my problems, and you know, and then suddenly it's like I've been thrust into this, and with Danielle, there was her friends and family, and her mum to this day still buys me birthday presents.
Oh, bless. So it was nice. It was not just Danielle. It was a whole family model.
It was a lot. It was like
something you probably hadn't had for years.
I got invited to Christmas dinner, and I'm just sitting there thinking, what the fuck? There's like all this nice food, and there's the family and friends.
Not
and
sitting
Christmas
on your own with a can of
decorations.
soup for tenants.
And it's like, give Jason some more of this, and oh, Jason, we got you a present. And I just thought, I'm really scared. This is so
alien.
Even when I was young, I never encountered this. But what I was encountering was normal fucking life.
Yeah, normal family life.
Yeah. Like her family was like, oh, Jason, you must come and. You must come back again, and oh, Jason, here's this for you, and it was just like I'm sitting at the end of the table, and I'm like, I'm scared, but I'm also overwhelmed.
Yeah,
it's like the first time you take a flight on holiday.
Yeah. There's a lot for the senses: food, and family, and mum and dad, and so many dynamics. Yeah, right.
And then you had the relationship on top of that, and she's phoning me up, and I'm like, I wasn't so much like. Talked into getting sober. It was almost like I was fussed into it. It was like, if you stop drinking,
all of this is available.
This is available. But when you spend like, don't get me wrong, I've done a lot of things in my life and I've had plenty of enjoyment. But when you spend several years literally miserable, crying into your drink, and then suddenly a woman comes into your life that, as you said, not just the woman, and not just the sex and the emotion, but like friends and family, and it'd be like, oh, Jason, come with us one day. We're going to visit like Windsor Castle or something, or we're going to a friend's for a party, and you must come. And I'm just sort of like being,
like, who, me? Why would you invite me?
Yeah, and I'm looking, I'm thinking, are they seeing what I see? Because I saw a pathetic, really sad drunk, but of course, like. What you see in yourself isn't what other people see.
Is that self-loathing because you'd hated yourself, I guess.
It's like, why? What's the game here?
Yeah. What are you after? I haven't got any money.
What do you want from me? But I think addicts and drunks, when you've been at rock bottom and you have been a bit of an arsehole in life, when someone comes into your life and actually is really fucking nice to you, you're like, what's
disbelieving.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's the catch?
You know, and there was no catch. It was just normal, decent people being nice to me. And that's when I said, listen, I've got to stop. You know. And this is only within a couple of weeks
Yeah.
of meeting Danielle.
Wow.
This wasn't
Yeah.
like several months with Danielle and I've decided, you know what,
You know,
I'm
she
slow
said
down.
you're drinking a bit much now, tone it down.
Yeah.
That probably wouldn't have made you stop, would it?
No,
Yeah.
because that's the trouble. One of the worst things you can do as an addict or an alcoholic is keep your head above water. That's the worst thing you
Yeah.
can do. The amount of people I know who have, like, literally, that it's almost like keeping your head above water is like almost being on the miserable line.
Yeah.
You're not happy, but you're not dead.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not happy, but you're not dead. I love that.
So
Yeah.
it's like you're on this miserable line. It's like how you say, I'm not happy. I'm not dead. I'm not. That's where I was
Yeah.
for several years.
Wow. That's hard living, isn't it? Because it's hard to get any pleasure in life if you feel,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, fuck, another day, great.
Drink.
Yeah.
yeah. I make myself happy.
Yeah.
Fuck, even you've let me down.
Yeah.
It's,
Jeez.
it's like, oh my God, is it just Pornhub?
Yeah.
It can't be, But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's when, like I said, I'm going to say it again. When alcohol stopped working, it was one of the worst times of my life. When alcohol stopped making me happy, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it really did give me that thrust in the end to say, if it's not making me happy, and I'm acting like an idiot in front of people, and I've got a chance with someone incredible, it's got to end.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
No butterflies or nerves thinking, am I really, no self-doubt, am I really going to stop? Because most of the stories I hear, people with the best intentions in the world, it takes them a long time to stop, even years sometimes.
I mean, it took me 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's, I think, like I said, when you drink heavy, you can't slow down. People try it. They say that's why I can't stand things like Stoptober, or go sober for November, or bollocks.
Dry
to that.
January.
Because you know what happens as soon as February comes, you drink twice as much,
Yeah.
and you do twice as much damage, and your liver for fuck's sake, So this idea that like let's stop for this period or let's slow down, because if you're an alcoholic or a drug user, an addict, there's no such thing as slowing down. It's just temporary. It's either stop or you go back to where you are. I tried it before. I tried stopping, but you just can't. It has to be final. It's a gangrenous wound. Cut it off.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. It's. I went to Australia. I lived in Australia for 3 years. I thought a brand new start, and then I thought, do you know what? This the one I was in my early 20s back then. I thought, do you know what? Good start. I'm not going to drink, and I got there. Fucking hell. More drink than I ever, more drugs than ever. I went there
Australia.
during the waves,
Jeez.
partying on Bondi Beach. I met up with some drug dealers, and then I ended up doing 2 years in prison.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
What kind of year was this when you went over there? Just out of curiousness. Because I went in...
93, 96.
Oh, long
93.
before me. I went 99 was the first time.
Well, when the rave scene was kicking off here, during its peak, it was sort of like kicking off over there.
Yeah.
Wait,
a few years behind.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's like the thing is, them Australians, like they like a party, they like a drink, but they'll go, oh, let's have a rave and let's have it in the middle of a fucking field in the middle of nowhere. And then, like, people were waking up on LSD and there'd be like a huntsman's spider on their face, or like a snake in their hammock. Like in my house, there was like several spiders that big. I fed crocodiles there. It's like everything there is just
Can kill you, man.
Yeah,
It's-
except the women, they're lovely. But no, it's But I done that there, and I was heavily involved in that, and with Pride in Australia.
Oh, wow.
So it was the biggest one outside of San Francisco.
yeah, I've heard about that. They really go for it.
They
Because
love-
they're one of the first festivals of big gay day out or something.
It was
big
massive.
day out. Yeah,
it's a big thing.
Yeah,
It's like I said,
yeah.
outside San Francisco, I think it's the second biggest outside
Wow.
of that. But mind you, when the weather is like that,
It's nice all
it's
the time.
party.
Yeah.
You just like women walk around in bikinis in Sydney at the best of times. So the worst of times. Let alone when Pride comes along, it's
Yeah.
But of course, you know how much they love their drugs and that, and of course I got heavily into that. I stayed in hostels, and in the hostels there were like a lot of people would go to a hostel, and then next minute they'll be in Melbourne or Adelaide or the Gold Coast, or they'll travel somewhere else.
Yeah.
I stayed just in King's Cross.
I know King's Cross. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah.
So just like the water, the fountain.
That's it.
And
that's where all the drug dealers used to hang out.
And of course,
apparently,
and so someone would come to me and say, "Jay, can you get some hash?" And I go to my friend, I say he wants some hash, and he go, "Okay." And then the same people would come back and say, "My friends have asked me to get them some. How much?" Okay, so that's 3 times. And then the next day, it's like their friends have gone to their hostels, and they've gone, "Do you know it?" And then before you know it was like half a kilo.
Fuck.
And I'm not saying I'm Mr. Big here, but it was literally. And then they said, "Oh, can you get some ecstasy?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll ask."
Yeah.
Kiddie.
And then you became like the central hub.
Yeah. And it was literally, because everyone was travelling, I was literally the only one who was stable.
Yeah.
So literally,
so they're probably telling other people, when you get to Sydney, speak to the really big lad. He'll sort you out. The English.
And what happened was, instead of it being like 1 or 2 tablets here and there, it started getting. I was drinking heavy. I was doing a lot of drugs, methamphetamine. I was doing a lot of, and
that's when you get careless, though.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So it'd be like, you want 1,000 tabs, and you want and it's in my fucking house, in my room. It was just bonkers. I ended up getting jumped.
Yeah. Oh. By the feds, or?
Yeah. Okay. The police. Well, I was walking down an alleyway. They had a pager. Yeah. No phones, just a pager. And can you meet me at so and so? I went now. And a load of guys jumped me, and when they said they were police, I was like, "Thank fuck for that."
Oh right,
because I thought I was
going to get a kick in there.
I'm not joking. I was actually. They said police, and then it was only when they sort of like put the handcuffs on, I was like, "Thank fuck for that." In some ways,
yeah.
But then I knew I was in trouble, and in the end, I went to prison.
What was that like doing time in Oz?
Parramatta.
It
was like Lewis.
No, I mean, I don't know. I've not been
to exactly like.
And was it easy, or was it hard, or was it full of...
It was difficult because, one, the Aboriginals hate me.
Was there a lot of Aborigines? Sorry,
oh, my God. Talk about drinking, they got a real issue.
Yeah.
It's sad. The local communities are taking up drinking. And it's the same around the world with the Inuits and
American Indians.
The American Indians. Yeah. They've taken up drink, and they can't handle it the way we do. And that's not a racist thing. They can't handle alcohol.
A fact. Yeah.
It was a very interesting book about the Russians, where they just plied a load of Inuits with alcohol, and they went out and caught a whale, lost 2 of their crew members, sold their daughters for like literally a crate of vodka.
Jesus.
Which cost pennies to the Russians.
Jesus.
So, and the same thing happened to the Native Americans, but the Aboriginals, they would have a drink and literally pick up a knife and stab the neighbour over a silly gripe that they had.
Well, because, yeah.
But if you think alcohol affects English people bad, it's nothing compared to them. And half the jails are full of them.
Yeah.
And because of our colonial past.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. They're like, you pommy bastard.
Yeah. What lovely little fellows you are. Yeah. And of course, they hated me. I had a couple of fights. And then the Australians themselves, they were the typical, "Oh, you pommy cunt."
Yeah.
Right? The jails are very much like Lewis.
Did people use in there as well, like in the UK?
It was heavy.
Really? In jail heavy. As well?
It was one of the jails I was in was actually quite scary. One little story. This in Australia, paedophiles are called rock spiders.
Rock spiders,
because it's under a rock, the lowest you can be.
Oh right, gotcha. Yeah.
And they got this kiddie once, and there was like a hole in the door to put food through.
Yeah.
And because I was on a working farm up in Cessnock near Newcastle on the Gold Coast, and every single prisoner that went past had a really poisonous spider.
Yeah.
Some big, some small, and they just put hundreds in there.
Fuck.
And he heard the guy screaming all night. And then I saw some horrible beatings.
Oof.
I saw some deaths.
Jeez.
Saw some.
There's a lot of violence, but you could handle yourself, which is a good thing.
I can, but the trouble is, it's like you don't want to be that big English guy that's knocking
That's
the
causing
fuck out
trouble
of people.
because else someone will come and
You want to be, as like in the army, you want to be the grey man. You want to be in the middle.
invisible. Yeah, yeah.
But when you're English and I was, I know I'm big now, but I was actually quite a brute. I was really muscular, and of course, I had a fight with a guy. Then I had a couple more fights. Then someone told me there was actually a knife
Yeah.
out for me.
Wow. Jesus.
So it started getting scary. But then we were taken back to Sydney, and then
Yeah.
But again, what I started off saying was I took my problem with me
Oh, right. Gotcha.
to Australia.
So you thought
My
you'd go
drink-
there and start a new life, but the alcohol still was calling you.
The amount of alcoholics and druggies I know in Brighton that said, I'm getting out of this house because of my problem.
Yeah.
I want to go and make a fresh start in another house. And it's like, you still got the same brain.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I see them. The amount of people I see them in a much worse place.
Well, you're 10 years. How many years sober have you got now?
12 now.
So 12 years.
Yeah.
If they've been at it for another 12 years, it'll be a mess.
I've lost a few people, a lot actually. Some,
So do you still think about drinking now after that time has passed of sobriety?
I sometimes what everyone thinks, it must be hard, like being around drink, and it's like, no, that's not the problem. The biggest problem with alcohol is when you're at night alone in bed and you're miserable.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's going to trigger you.
Yeah.
Because getting alcohol is easy. You just walk out the door, walk down the road,
Yeah,
and get it.
yeah.
But I was in Tesco today, and I'm talking to this woman, and at the checkout, and there's like whiskey, beer, like 15 quid for a crate this big, and like beautiful bottle of Jameson's, and it's and then it doesn't trigger me at all. I've had people in my house drinking like that while I'm stone cold sober. I've been to parties, but I think if anything's going to make me drink, it'd be my own mind by myself, miserable. When Danielle left me, or when we split up, that was dangerous. That was.
You got through it though, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wow.
Well,
Obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
You know my dog.
Yeah.
I said to my friends, because I said to Danielle, you go with Hella, and you go with Hella.
Because your dog went as well.
Yeah. And I said I'm going to Morocco with Naz.
Yeah.
And when I come back, I'm in the house and it's like no dog, no Danielle.
Yeah.
I say, hey Google, play some music, and then before you know it, some music come on that, and I felt myself cracking.
Oh shit.
And I said to Naz, I said, I'm getting a dog.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, you got a beautiful dog now.
And then you saw my dog.
Yeah, she's lovely. I like that picture of her on the couch.
Yeah.
Just relaxing.
She's just a typical Rottweiler.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with Rottweilers is once you go Rottweiler, you can never. There's just something about them. They are just an incredible dog. But that dog, I wouldn't say he's purely responsible for me being sober, but it's like once I got the dog, it was like you can't be drunk around a dog.
Yeah.
So in some ways, I used her.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't so much about I need a dog in my life it was like once you got a dog,
It's responsibility.
it's a responsibility.
Yeah.
When you got a puppy,
It's like a child.
Yeah. And I got her, and again it just went.
Oh,
like I said, the water
I see
line,
how happy you are with
yeah,
it. Just,
the water line.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
You know, so
Fantastic.
and then basically, so I got her.
And she adores you. She's always waiting for you. Thing is, with animals, they're not like people. Don't get moody, get pissed off with you. Yeah, you could kick a dog every day, and it will still come and wait for you to get up.
I think, like I said, if you got, we had 3 dogs when we were young. It was 3 dogs, 3 kids, 3 cats. Open the door, kids out, dogs out, cats out. You know, I think animals, they have that thing where if you want to be alone, they really help you be alone without being alone.
Wow.
And that sounds really silly.
Because they're not going to talk to you.
They're not going to ask you.
They're just going to sit at your feet.
Yeah.
And you could probably talk to her.
Yeah.
And say, "Oh."
I'm very happy to be alone
Yeah.
with a dog. But I'm not happy to be alone without a dog. Even if the dog's over there on the couch, the thought of just Yeah, and also you get up and you go out for a walk, and my God, the amount of I've been on quite a few dates with that dog.
Yeah.
The amount of people that talk to me, like random people, just come up and take a picture. A couple from London the other day, they've been in Brighton once. They got a video of my dog.
She's adorable. She's absolutely adorable.
She is. Actually.
She is adorable. You know. So she really helped you get through that difficult period.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? So it sounds to me like you understand your, I won't say addiction or alcoholism, but you understand what your issues are and what your weaknesses are, and you protect yourself. Like you knew you didn't have Danielle and the dog in your life, so you knew, look, I need to sort something out, otherwise I'm not in a good mental place, and I could do something.
Yeah, it's a bit like if I was to carry on being really down and miserable and lonely and not have a dog, I knew I would pick up.
Yeah.
A little bit like you don't start a fight if you've got a broken leg.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be the only way for me to stop drinking was to literally have something in my life that would stop me from drinking.
Stop you thinking about it. Or needing it.
I miss Danielle so much, and then when I got a dog, it was looking after the dog, and then it was almost, I'll tell you what it was like. It was almost like stopping drinking again, because it was like Danielle's gone, I was close to drinking, and then I got the dog, and then it was almost like a second recovery.
Wow.
So getting over Danielle.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
So it was like I wanted to drink, but I didn't. But then slowly I need to get on with my life. So I got a dog and started doing things, and then slowly I went back to normality. So
it's almost like a bereavement if you split up. You know, it's the death of a relationship. It's painful.
And when you're on the wrong side of 57, it really is. When you're 20, when you're 27, no big deal.
You get another girlfriend. Yeah.
But when you're getting on a little bit and someone leaves you after 10 years, it does hit you. It really does.
I can't believe you're 57.
Yeah.
You're in such good shape, man. You look young and
virgin blood.
No, seriously, you.
I have to leave town.
You could be in your 30s or late 30s. Because
I've always been extremely healthy. I mean, proper healthy. And I've always been big, and I've always been strong, and I've watched many people drink a lot less than me die through drink. I think I've dodged a bullet many times, and I think I'm at the point now where I recognise that.
Yeah. You feel lucky.
Yeah, so lucky.
Yeah.
I know a couple of kiddies from Malscombe who are literally less than half my age who died of alcohol.
Wow. And geez. Maybe you just, you got those genes that you can handle, your body can process alcohol without perishing.
The thing about, like I said, another major problem with alcohol is the ease of it. It's
it's available everywhere, every corner. Every newsagent's got booze, hasn't it?
Even when I went to Tangier.
Oh, really?
I'm there, and it's like you walk in, there's a bar. I can walk into a superstore and buy alcohol. It's just as so. No matter where you go in the world, I'll get off in Morocco, and it's like I can't speak a word, but yet I can find alcohol.
Yeah.
You get off a plane in an Arab country, in an Arab dictatorship. And literally, I can find alcohol within minutes.
Well, they see a white skin or Westerner, and they're like, he's going to want a bar and a woman.
But literally, what I'm saying is like you can be the biggest idiot in the world and still find alcohol. And I think that is one of the problems with alcoholism is literally the ease of getting it.
Yeah,
you don't even have to talk to dodgy people.
No, you don't.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
But
because I've lived in Germany and Europe, and all of their petrol stations, you pay, you go in, and you just literally rows and rows of spirits, booze. And I used to think, God, if I was a drinker, I couldn't fill my car with petrol.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Because you'd just be like running the gauntlet. Do you have to run in like this? You know what I mean? Like not looking.
It's so nice as well. It's like sometimes you see a bottle of scotch, and if you've got the money, you can go and buy a really lovely looking bottle of scotch. It's, oh my God, that's incredible. Or you're coming home, when I used to work in Crawley, and you drive back and you come across a little old pub.
Yeah.
And you pop in there, and there's like an open fire, and the bar is all lit up. And it's like a couple of old boys and a beautiful barmaid.
And real bitters on the tap.
And you're just sitting there thinking, this is lovely. this is lovely. Where you bump into crackhead Steve at 2 a.m. wants to sell you a dodgy bit of white stuff. So there's a big difference.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
It's like one is so lovely and inviting, and the other one is just. And I think that's the trouble with alcohol. It's like you go to a barbecue, bring a beer.
Yeah.
You go to a kid's party. Have a couple of beers.
Yeah, yeah.
You go to an adult party, it's beer. You go to a pub, it's beer. Someone dies, it's beer.
People
Someone
celebrate.
Gets born,
Beer,
it's
alcohol.
Beer. It's
people have alcohol when they're celebrating, when they're commiserating, when they're mourning. It's like it's not healthy, is it? This society. It's very booze oriented.
It's really not. And like people, and I don't like people who look down on the druggies, because I'm not going to say what's good or bad. I know ketamine.
Yeah.
Ketamine, sorry. I know ketamine is really bad. But when it comes to drugs and alcohol, the violence that I've seen in the past because of alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah.
I did the door in Leeds, and I was put in hospital 3 times there.
Jesus.
And I done waves in Leeds.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
Really?
1,000 blokes.
Oh, because everyone's on
1,000
pills.
Big blokes. Yeah, bounced up and down. They're happy as Lowy. And it'd be, Jason, we need you to do this place in Gipton.
Gipton.
or somewhere near Chapeltown or Beeston. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I'd do like a little pub, and it'd be literally like fighting all night.
Jesus.
And again, I had to keep my mouth shut, because like Australia, the moment I open my mouth,
Very South accent, yeah. But the thing is, like, if you go to Amsterdam, all the coffee shops packed people. There's hardly any security on the door, because weed, it's not but booze, man. People drink booze. Said, "Oh, you spilled my pint. Why are you looking at me funny?" It's weird, isn't it? How it fires people up.
I tell you what. Remember what I said to you about how Australians, Aboriginals, can't handle it, and so can Inuits and other native people around the world. Do you remember when Diamond White came out? The very strong cider.
Oh yeah,
it's like little bottles.
Yeah.
My workload went up because you have normal people who are so used to having like a Stella or vodka or whatever, and then this strong cider came, and it was new.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone
like
could go and buy Scrumpy, but nobody wanted
no
Scrumpy. Everyone wanted this lovely,
the White Lightning.
Now you see the drunks drinking it because. But in them days, it was like, a new thing.
Yeah, and it was cheap as chips as well.
And like women and men who would like every week they used to come, and they'll be like, "Oh, Jay," and they would be the nicest people. They would get drunk, maybe knock someone's beer over, but again, nothing at all. But when that Diamond White came out, my God, the world became a very violent place.
Really?
Yeah.
You actually noticed it?
Yeah.
Shit.
You have people because it was
so it's like change of personality.
Yeah, it's like I've seen people drink whiskey, but then when they drink cider, they're like more aggressive. Everyone says whiskey makes some people more aggressive, but strong cider. But this, because it was so strong as well, and then you add
it goes down fast.
Yeah, and then you add the other drinks, what they call the Alco Pops, which were literally like drinking nothing.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to drink alcohol, you really need to have a taste of what's going into your body. A little warning.
Teenager for me, I was drinking. Was it Mad Dog 2020? Little coloured bottles, fluorescent coloured, orange and purple, and lethal stuff.
Yeah, you need to get yourself some of that French absinthe.
Yeah, Jesus. But yeah. Interesting though, what you say. It's funny how the government doesn't ever seem to try and put the brakes on. They just enjoy the VAT, the tax money, the revenue. So
tax.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I think because another thing is, if the government did, but the government, as bad as they are sometimes, they do tend to like a happy population.
Yeah.
And I do think messing with an Englishman's drink.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the last
sacrilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell him who to marry.
Yeah.
You can kill your dog.
Price is petrol,
but like when it comes
roof.
to alcohol,
don't fuck with the booze.
Well, I think literally, if you start telling the British people, like
we're going to double
how much you
double
can
the
drink,
tax.
double the tax. But mind you, God, I haven't drunk in a pub for a long time, and I was in a pub the other day because I was visiting someone, and I'm sure I heard something like £12 for 2 pints.
Yeah. Oh, more than that. So more than in a pub in town, you're looking at £7 for a pint.
But I used to drink like 12, 14 pints a night.
Yeah. Yeah. You need a lot of money to have that habit now. Yeah. Yeah.
Or go and buy two big bottles of cider
Yeah.
for about £2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't look at it how tasty the drink was. I used to just look at it. What is the volume?
What's going to get me pissed?
Yeah.
Quickest and
Yeah.
longest.
And sometimes I buy 3 of them, and I wake up the next day and literally, I don't need that. I'll literally just throw it away. And then 3 or 4 days later, it'd be like, I'll go and buy more. Because I used to buy too much.
Yeah. 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 Well, that's typical behaviour.
Who
Isn't
wants
it?
to buy drugs that they not have enough for the party?
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's buy for one on your own.
But you don't wake up in the morning and go, just get rid of this cocaine. Just get rid of that.
Yeah.
But with alcohol, I did used to wake up and say, do you know what, I can't actually drink now. I'm just going to tip it away. If it was full, I'd just give it to a friend or give
Really?
Yeah, many times I knock on the door.
And did that make you feel like you had control still?
It was
You're
almost,
like, here you go. You have this
because
bowl.
it was almost like, well, I'm not going to drink today, but just get rid of that.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. It's out of sight, out of mind. And then you know, the next day it would be like, oh, go and buy it again.
Yeah.
But if I would have seen it, I might have, well, it ain't over. I've just gone. And then that's the day killed.
Yeah, yeah. Because once you have that sip, once you've got the taste, you're fucked, aren't you?
So I'll go to bed and I'll put the bottle by the door. If I was capable, I'd wake up and it'd be literally the first thing I'd do would be just tip it away. Because if I was to pick it up and drink it, it would be another
another session.
24-hour session.
So, Jace, off with this sobriety you got, what's your, I guess there isn't a plan. It's just continue being sober, continue being happy, and moving forward with your life. You dodged a bullet, as you said.
If we with the drinking has to be something that was in the past. It was almost like a bad experience. You've got to stop. It is there. It's a bit like a dodgy place in the country. That place is there, but there's no need for you to go there. And just like with it sounds so like a silly thing to say, but you really need to get your life organised before you can stop drinking.
Really?
It's what means to stop drinking, to keep
to stay stopped. Yeah.
Because if you was to suddenly start crashing, that's when you're more likely. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Get a dog.
Yeah.
Take up a hobby. Take up. There's so many people that I know that are taking up running.
So you need to replace that dependency on booze or drugs with something positive.
I wake up and it's get out with a dog. No matter what, get out with a dog. Come home. I've got a routine now.
Yeah.
And it's. But.
Yeah. So if there was someone listening to this, maybe they've had an experience with the rooms, they thought, oh, it's not for me, then they think, oh, there's no chance of me ever getting recovery, because that's what they hear. You're living proof that that's not the case. It can be done.
It can be done. It's a bit like people I know that have turned to religion.
Yeah.
And I know people that have completely turned their life around because they found religion. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't just suddenly say, do you know what?
I'm a believer.
I'm going to give this Catholic a chance, or I'm going to become a Muslim or Hindu. I can't do that. And when someone puts a book in front of you and says, unless you follow these steps, you are going to fail. That's almost like saying to people, like there's no other option.
Yeah.
And if people feel like that the program's not working for them, they're going to feel like
there's no hope.
There's no hope.
Yeah.
You can't just say to someone, this is your only hope and there's no other way. And then when you find that no matter how much you try, that this isn't working for you, because then you're going to say, do you know what, then in that case, then there's no way. Because it's like when you're told this is, and don't forget, the program has helped people in my life, important people in my life. But to say it is the only way, I think is very, very wrong.
Yeah.
I believe there are other avenues you can take or go down.
Yeah.
The whole idea that it's a bit like you saying to me, Jason, unless you take up, Catholicism,
Yeah, you're going to
you're
help.
going to fail in life.
Yeah, or you're going to help.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So I would never, ever knock it. It helped me.
If it works for people, then it's genuine and valid, right?
It helped me in some ways. Like, it gave me something to do in the evenings. I started meeting people,
Yeah.
good people, and
Are you friends with any of them now, still?
I meet them.
Yeah.
I meet them every now and then and do things, but I don't really have many people in my life.
You're quite selective of
Yeah.
who you allow in.
Very.
You already.
I'm I'm sort of like, when someone's friendly to me, and even if they're genuine, like I explained to you with the Christmas party, when people are like being really nice to me, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why? What the fuck are you after? Why are you being so nice?
Yeah.
And that's the negative on yourself.
That's
It's
your
like,
own negative
I
chatter.
can't believe that you like me. So
Yeah.
what the fuck are you up to? And,
Yeah. Well,
and it still goes on this day.
Yeah.
When someone comes up to me in the street and they're friendly to me, I'm like, oh, you're being nice to the dog. And it's like, no, I just thought I'd talk to you. And it's like, fuck off.
yeah. Yeah. Why? What do you want? Yeah. But that might be just what you've suffered in the past, you know? And it's easy for those things to come back and haunt you, I suppose. Because you're a lovely bloke. I've known you years, and I love chatting to you. Always look forward to good old chat.
Someone said, come in and talk. And I'm like, are you sure? No, I don't shut up. Everyone tells me, Jason, just shut up.
No, mate.
I don't want to know about Three Eye Atlas, all right, or the Continental Shift or the American Plate. So I'm sorry.
No, but you know some random but interesting stuff. I mean, example there, the Continental Plates or whatever it is. And we've talked before, and you've told, I was watching this documentary about blah, blah, this documentary, and they were talking, and I'm like, wow, like, Jesus, man, you know, you're watching some really interesting stuff.
The other problem is when someone, if CNN tells me something, I watch Fox, and then I meet them in the middle.
Yeah.
And if I watch a documentary, I then or read something, and it says, "Did you know like this about this comet?" And I'll be like, "What?" And it'll do like 30 different YouTube
do some
videos
research.
and like news, and then at the end of it, it'll be like, "Oh, okay, what? I know exactly."
Yeah, you like to do your own research.
Yeah.
That's what I like about you. You won't say, well, the news said this.
Yeah.
You'll check your other stations and then do a bit of reading, a bit of Googling, and then you'll be like, oh, okay. Then you know what's
I
what.
make sure that I know what I'm talking about, because I think one of the worst things you can do is, if you don't know something, state that you know it. It's a bit like Americans when they say stuff. They say, you hear them and they go, no, definitely like France is the capital of Europe.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they won't say, I might be mistaken.
No.
I might be mistaken here, but no, they're like,
try and
yes,
wing
it really is. And they're like, you're so wrong.
Yeah.
But they actually believe it. I
Well,
can't
even Trump
stand
does it.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
It's really funny. You watch a guy in America, he asks some silly questions, and they're like, oh, it definitely is. It definitely is this. And it's like, okay. Like, Africa is literally just below North America.
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. Jace, I'm going to come around and give you a little hug. Is that all right? That's how we end the interview. And thank you again. What an absolute pleasure. We'll just get a little picture here. Cheers, mate. All right. We'll just stand over there, mate. There we go. That's it. All right. Hold that. There we go.